Creak, creak, creak. I was really scared and sad for Emma. Hello, Michael. In this video, Pew Pew. Huh? Hello, Uncle. In this video, we will tell horror stories. It's going to be very scary. So be careful, huh? One day, a young man named Archer won a voucher for a free 2 nights and 3 days stay at the hotel. The hotel was located in a small, quiet and peaceful town. Archer called his girlfriend Kate excitedly and asked her to spend a wonderful weekend at the hotel because she'd been stressed with too much work recently and hasn't had any rest. Kate was touched by Archer's words. On the day of the trip, Archer called Kate to set up a departure time, but she apologized that she can only leave work late at night and asked him to get there to check in first because the event voucher was only valid until 8 p.m. on the day. Archer drove alone on a deserted, dark mountain road to arrive at the hotel before 8 p.m. When Archer arrived at the small village, it was already dark. Archer felt a chill, seeing the gloomy atmosphere. Contrary to the information he had seen, the place seemed abandoned. He hadn't met anyone during the trip. Although the ambience was a little spooky, Archer attributed that to the cloudy weather. And the hotel was really old. Without the hotel's flickering neon sign, he would have thought it would be an abandoned building. Archer wanted to run away from this shabby, old, dreary hotel right away. But the worry over running out of battery on his phone and not getting caught up with his girlfriend or having to drive back down the mountain road in the dark of the night held him back. When he checked in at the gloomy hotel, the hotelier told him that Archer and his girlfriend were the hotel's first and last guest for the day. He welcomed Archer and gave him a welcome drink and the key to a room on the 3rd floor. The hotelier explained there was only one room on that floor, and the stairs leading to the room would make a loud cracking sound. Then he laughed insidiously. After this long story, Archer felt tired, perhaps due to the late night or the alcohol in the welcome drink. Archer entered the room, plugged his cell phone to charge, and turned it on. He received a message from Kate, saying she might be a little bit late. Archer, half asleep, worried that Kate would be upset by this gloomy hotel. He thought they would leave for somewhere else the next morning. While thinking about it, he fell asleep. How much time elapsed? Is it 12 o'clock? 1 a.m.? Is someone climbing up the stairs to the 3rd floor room? Creak, 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 creak. Archer murmured in his sleep. Oh, I guess Kate has arrived. He felt his throat was as dry as it was burning. The room was so dark that he couldn't see anything. And his head was so sore that he couldn't move. It's still creaking outside. Creak, creak, creak. He can't say if someone's coming up or going down. Is it cracking because of the wind? Archer barely managed to raise his voice. Kate, honey, the door is open, so just come in. As soon as Archer finished speaking, the door opened. The light seems to have been turned off in the stairs and the corridors, so there was no light visible. Archer thought Kate was being cautious not to disturb him. Archer, lying on the bed, couldn't even open his eyes or wave his hand. Kate, I'm sorry, but could you pass me some water there? Then a water bottle and an icy cold hand touched the tip of Archer's hand. A peculiar smell, so intense that it pricked even his brain, wafted over him. Oh, Archer felt something was amiss. The cell phone rang. Archer turned his body toward the light and answered the phone. It's Kate. She hasn't arrived yet. In fear, Archer dropped his cell phone. He froze for a moment, then slowly turned his head. Who is that woman with dark long hair standing on the other side? Archer had goosebumps all over his body. The woman who was looking at Archer smiled eerily and grotesquely in the dark. Using all his might, Archer ran out of the room. Archer ran and ran down the stairs, but nobody saw him after that day. On the third floor of the hotel, the sound of the creaking wooden stairs can be heard every night at 3 a.m. Creak, 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 creak.
So, what happened in the end? What about Archer?
He's stuck on the wooden stairs forever.
What? Isn't that the sound he made while running away?
Oh no! Archer is stuck on the stairs forever and make noise every night. Creak, creak, creak.
Molang, please stop making that noise. I'm so scared.
When another guest comes, Archer will be free like that female ghost.
And after, what about that customer?
He will be trapped forever and make noise every night. Creak, creak, creak.
Well, it was so scary. But, Molang, weren't you scared when you told the scary story?
No, I'm not scared. This plush protects me.
Oh, really? Oh, good. Because the story I prepared is about a plush.
Okay. Go, Piu Piu.
Emma lived in a small village with his son, Noah. Noah, who refused to speak, had no friends since his father suddenly disappeared. One day, Noah found a dirty teddy bear somewhere. It was an old and dirty plush. Emma immediately took the unpleasant plush away from Noah and threw it in the trash can outside the house. But there was something strange about it. The following day, Noah was found once again clutching that dirty plush in his arms. No matter how many times Emma threw it, the plush somehow found its way back home with him. At Noah's insistence, Emma thought it would be alright for Noah, who had no friend, to keep it after all. One day, while washing the plush, Emma found a pendant hanging around the neck of the plush. The name Liam was written on it. And then, one day, strange things started to happen in the house. At night, Emma would hear strange and unidentifiable sounds coming from somewhere inside the house. Squeak, squeak, squeak. It was the sound of metal screeching and the sound of a child whispering. For no reason, Noah started to be weak, and his health was declining. Even when he ate, he felt like vomiting and couldn't barely sleep. Then, one day, Noah suddenly locked the bedroom door and wouldn't come out. No matter how hard Emma knocked on the door and tried to persuade him to come out, it was no use. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Noah! Noah! Open the door! Since there was no sounds coming from the bedroom, Emma decided to unlock the door with the key. When the door opened, there was no one in the room. The only thing left in the bedroom was a teddy bear, shedding tears, and on the pendant, the name Noah was engraved. Emma suffered from grief over losing Noah and decided to move out from this cursed place. And a long time later, a new family moved into that house. The family says they hear strange noises like whispers every night. Mom, help me! Help me! Molang! Molang! My story is over!
Well, I was really scared and sad for Emma. So, is Noah trapped inside the plush or the pendant?
Probably. And you, Panko, what do you think about this story?
For you, where would be Noah? Leave your thoughts in the comment section.
Oh, it's already time for the last story. Now it's your turn, Molang.
Okay, go. One day, 5 friends went hiking in the forest. These friends had been together since childhood. They created their own song, in which they gave themselves secret code names. It goes like this. I'm 1 of the 5 playful. I'm 2 of the 5 joyful. I'm 3 of the 5 cheerful. I'm 4 of the 5 dareful. And I'm 5 the wonderful. They would give each other nicknames with numbers instead of their name. The hike that day felt a bit peculiar. It had been a pleasant day before they entered the forest. However, as soon as they ventured into the woods, the weather abruptly turned dark. The 5 friends were surrounded by a gloomy atmosphere. It wasn't easy to find the way in the dark forest. No matter how much they walked to find a way out, it seemed like they kept ending up in the same spot. Suddenly, thunder and lightning struck, and pouring rain began. The 5 friends sought shelter from the rain to prevent their body temperatures from dropping. They found a spot. They saw a hut deep in the forest. They quickly ran toward it. There was no electricity in the hut, and no candles to light it up. It was pitch dark. They couldn't see, but they could only feel each other's breathing. At that moment, Luna, the friend whose nickname is 5 and the most sensitive, suggested, "Let's sit close to each other to preserve body heat and to ease our fear." By waiting for the sun to rise, they felt each other's presence and relied on each other. The inside of the hut grew darker and darker. In complete silence and darkness, their fear also grew. Luna suggested again, "One by one, let's speak a sentence to reassure ourselves." The friend number 1 said, "I really hate the smell of 2's feet." Even in fear, everyone starts laughing. 2 said, "I imitated 3's laughter." Everyone laughed, even in fear. 3 said, "I know 4's first love." Even in fear, all were curious. 4 said, "I once put a bag in 5's purse." Everyone laughed, even in fear. 5 said, "I want 6 to scream." No one was laughing at the moment. Luna, who had missed her turn, froze. Luna suggested again, in a trembling voice, trying to think that someone was pranking her. "Let's all sing our secret song together." But there was only silence in the hut.
Guys?
4 was sitting next to Luna, but She felt that the touch of his hand over her forearm slowly disappeared. She felt a terrible chill. Luna, who looked like she was about to burst into tears at any moment, was frozen and unable to say anything. Then, she heard a voice from somewhere. I read it, but it's so scary. The last story is the scariest, right? Piu Piu? Piu Piu? Why are you like that, Piu Piu? Aren't you scared? Didn't you hear my story? Piu Piu? What is this?
What? Oh.
What? You didn't listen to my story?
Sorry, Molang. But it was really, really scary.
Well, thank you for watching this video. Oh, and unlike Piu Piu, thank you for listening to my story until the end.
I listened to your story too. Just with music all along.
We hope you enjoyed our video. Please share, like, and subscribe.
Kenny, Luby,
Bye bye. By the way, did you know that when you tell ghost stories, the ghosts come to listen to your stories too? You got me.